In Saturday's wildcard matchup between the Rams and the Panthers, the Rams punted the ball away to the Panthers. A few seconds later, the Rams fell on the ball and the referees granted them a new set of downs. Or kicking team often recovers the ball. This is not something that's uncommon in football. However, the kicking team rarely is granted a new set of downs, with the receiving team instead taking over from the point the ball was recovered. So then, why was this play different? The answer lies with the punt returner. As soon as the Panthers' punt returner touched the ball, it became a live ball, essentially a fumble. The Rams, by recovering the ball, took possession and started a new drive. This type of play is called a muffed punt. This muffed punt was fairly obvious, but many are a little harder to spot. The ball just has to touch any part of a player on the receiving team to be live. Take, for example, this punt in the 2023 matchup between SMU and Navy. At live speed, it looks like the ball bounces between the returner's legs before SMU recovers the ball in the end zone. However, on replay, the ball clearly hits the returner's towel. The towel is considered a part of the player, and SMU was granted a touchdown on this play. Another thing to consider is return teams have no idea where the ball is going to go before the punter punts it, and there is only one player on the return team tracking the ball, as the rest are preparing to block. It is the returner's responsibility to communicate if a short punt is close to hitting his teammates. So, if it's easy to make miscues, why attempt to recover a punt? Field position. On the offensive side, a good return could set your offense up for success, or, in the best case scenario, earn you points. The kicking team, on the other hand, is trying to pin the returning team as close to the goal line as possible, to give their defense the best chance at a stop. Pinning a team inside the 10 is tricky though, because if the ball, or the member of the kicking team touching the ball, is over the goal line, it becomes a touchback, and the return team will start at their 25-yard line. This leads to some pretty acrobatic plays near the goal line. Teams put a lot of effort into deciding starting field position. But how much does field position actually matter? Field position has a noticeable impact on drive outcomes. Teams that started a drive within the 10-yard line punted almost 50% of the time and scored less than a quarter of the time. Being inside the 10-yard line also leaves the door open for a safety, which nets the defense 2 points. Drives that started on the 25-yard line with a touchback scored on average 2.1 points, while drives that started on the 10 only scored on average 1.4 points. It's not the most exciting part of the game, but punt teams, despite how little time they spend on the field, can have a big impact on the game, through both their successes and their mistakes.